Happy New Year, friends. It is January 1st of 2026, my first longer video of the year, and I thought I would kind of do a year in review and looking ahead in my life. So if you're new to the channel, you're probably not, but if you are, I'm an estranged mother who transformed her life to get away from the depression and sadness of the estrangement from my only child, and I created a new life here in Lisbon, Portugal. And I am a full-time student of Portuguese, the language and culture. I am studying at the University of Lisbon. I am also a huge, crazy, fanatical, obsessed Philadelphia Eagles football fan, and I am also a political activist, very active in the American political community here in Lisbon. And what else am I? I'm an online teacher of English, and I started this YouTube channel for fun back in August of this year. So to recap this year, I'm just going to say this playing out in my 58 years of living. I just had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. This 2025, with the exception of when I lost my dad, has been the worst year of my life. Like this is the worst year of maybe certainly the whole US of A, and probably the whole world, because of stopped aid programs that were completely dismantled by Elon Musk and Doge. I'm not even going to review all of the horrific political crimes against humanity that occurred in this administration, because I'll just get really caught up there and go down that rabbit hole. A lot has happened that has been horrendous. Our democracy, quite a bit of it has been greatly dismantled. Many of the U.S. federal departments who serve hundreds of thousands of people have been dismantled and defunded. Part of 1/3 of the White House has been destroyed. Much of Washington, D.C., Trump is throwing his name all over everything, including the Kennedy Center and other areas. The number of horrible things. You can watch other political channels and they'll go through all the 500 things that Trump has done this year that has been a nightmare and almost irreparable to our society, to our nation. I'm, of course, all of that. My number one issue has been, because I'm brown-skinned, has been the danger of the cruelty of the immigration, the ICE immigration and Homeland Security departments, and how they are targeting, basically ethnically cleansing the United States of America of brown people, and they're figuring out ways to silence the black vote and black power as well. So, but they are ethnically cleansing brown people. So this has been my number one focus politically, to try to affect things, to change that from here. Not a lot I can do, but every little bit counts. I've also, tried to help through two political groups over here in Portugal, Democrats Abroad and Amped Up, Americans in Portugal United in Protest. I'm pretty active. In fact, I'm going to meet with the coordinator of that group shortly, right after I do this video. But I'm super active as much as I can be in those two groups, as well as still going to school full-time to try to learn Portuguese. I don't know. This level B2 is super hard, so I know I'm going to have to repeat it for the next semester, but that aside. Okay, so as an estranged mom, where do I sit? Well, this year, I've been estranged from my son since September, October of 2019, right as the pandemic was starting to happen. And this year, for the first time in like 3.5 years, I heard from my son. He emailed me back, albeit briefly. Hi, I'm fine, I'm safe. That's great. Or thanking me for some pictures I sent. Thanks for these pictures, Mom. And so, estranged mom, but there is communication, and I'm thrilled with that communication. I just want to know he's safe. I really just don't. He's an adult. He's 21 now. He's beyond trying to steer and maneuver. He's lived on his own now for 6 years. Yeah. Well, he's lived away from me for over 6 years, and he's lived independently since the day he turned 18. And so he knows how to live on his own and how to navigate life on his own. So at this point, I'm here if he wants me for any help he needs. I don't know if he'd ever turn to me for advice. I'm not sure. And I hope those emails turn into more, frequent emails. Perhaps one day he'll FaceTime with me. That's all that a mother can hope for. Of course, I want to give him advice, but our relationship kind of went beyond that. He's completely independent now. So, but we'll see. Hopefully 2026 will bring me in more communication with my son. I live in Portugal. He lives in Hawaii. There's 2 oceans and a whole huge continent between us. So it's not like we can be super, super involved unless he wants to FaceTime me every day, in which case I would love that. What else is going on for me? Let's see. I got a job at the gym. I'm teaching spin once a week, and my gym is right across the street from my apartment. So I am now a spin instructor at my gym, which is being taken over by a different company. And so I'll be learning how I fit in with the fitness team at the gym as new ownership takes over this year. And I'm excited about this. It comes with a free gym membership. Yay! So I might only be making a small amount for each class I give, but if you include the monthly gym membership, it turns into worth my time to teach a half an hour spin class to get, my gym membership and a little bit of salary on that. So I'm happy about that. And, I'm making a little bit of money on the Portuguese economy, which is good to look official with Finanças, which is the IRS over here. So that's happened. I'm happy about that. Like I said, continuing my classes at the University of Lisbon. I'm working as an English teaching online. I want to thank my friend Rasheen for turning me on to Preply, which is an online English teaching platform for international. So I teach Italian business people. I teach Asian business people. Who else do I have? A French woman, she is in human resources, an Indian woman who is in human resources also. So I do teaching of English online as well as personal training online with clients that I still have from the U.S. So that's how I make it here in my tiny little efficiency apartment in Lisbon. And do I still love it here? I still love Lisbon. I love the history. I love the music. I love not necessarily the food. If you watch my short on Portuguese food, it's not my favorite. But I love everything else about Lisbon. And I know Lisbon is not emblematic of all of Portugal. There are so many tiny little towns that are the exact opposite of Lisbon. But I love Lisbon for its history. It's just everything culturally it offers. It's really a true melting pot of so many different cultures and ethnicities and different political ideas, etc. So I love living here, and I don't see myself moving unless I have to move for some weird reason. I don't see myself moving out of Lisbon for years. I have family that ask if I'll come and visit them in the U.S., and I always say, once this current regime is out of power, I'm going to book my flight back home. But until then, if I get stopped at the airport when I fly in, I will be immediately detained for my political stances and my political postings like this, and my activity abroad, and that's fine. I don't need to go home. I FaceTime my mom and my brother, and I WhatsApp all my friends. So back in the U.S. So I have no reason to go back anytime soon. Do I miss it? Yes. I would love to go to a Philadelphia Eagles preseason game. I would love that. I want to go visit the link, and see my friends. That's the number one thing that I miss. I miss my friends back in the U.S. And I would love to see my son. I don't know if that would ever be possible if we finally start speaking and he says, Mom, I want to come visit you. Whether that be if I'm able to travel back there once this regime is gone, we could meet up in Philly or something, or California or whatever. But yeah, that would be a dream. I'm working towards that. I'm trying to manifest that by just thinking positive things and then leaving it to the universe to bring to me. 2026. I sure as hell hope Trump gets either demises or gets booted out of office along with all of his regime. Stephen Miller, Russell Vought, Kristi Noem, Tom Homan, Kash Patel, all of them. They all need to go to prison. All of them, for abuses of power and corruption, and as well as Trump killing people, Venezuelans, South Americans, innocents. All of ICE needs to be abolished. They need to take that department apart and rebuild it and call it something like bridging the immigration gap or something, rather than, or building bridges with immigration or something, and call it something completely different, because ICE is basically the Gestapo to all brown people in the U.S. at this point. And I don't think they could ever live down what occurred. I mean, I can't remember. There's over 140,000 American residents that have gotten rounded up, including at this point 700 Canadians, by the way. And then I forget how many have died in custody. Over 80, I think. And then some of them have also been deported. American citizens have been deported, although you can't be deported. So I guess just, they've been ousted. They've been, I don't even know how to call it, expelled from their country that they're a citizen of and sent to a different country that they've never been to. I don't understand it. So I will continue to fight in 2026. We have Zoran Mandami as the new mayor of New York City. As of today, he was sworn in. So that's a huge positive that happened in 2025, his election. And then the blue wave of local and state elections, the new governor of New Jersey, the new governor of Virginia, both Democrats. A lot of Democrats being, Iowa had a great blue wave that occurred with Democrat candidates all over the country, outperforming by several points, many points, double-digit points, outperforming their expectations. So let's continue on the battle. Catch your breath after the holidays. Continue to write and call your lawmakers. Get involved with your local Democratic committee. Run for school board. Run for city council. Run for county council. Get involved and stay involved. That's the only way we're going to take back our country. And it's going to get worse before it gets better, because Trump and his regime will try to pull some crap, whether it be martial law or full-on dictatorship. I mean, it already is a dictatorship, but so strap up, because it's going to get rough, and let's continue to fight this regime. And I'm going to end on a football note. I'm going to say my Philadelphia Eagles are in the playoffs. Their offense sucks, but their defense is one of the top defenses in the league. So I am hopeful we'll at least make it past the first round of the playoff games and into, who knows, we might make it into the NFC Championship game. Total fingers crossed there. But I want to wish anyone who's watching this a very happy new year, and let us hope that it brings us some hope, some peace, and liberty in 2026. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Christy Redefined. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode here at Christy Redefined.